What's good, y'all? Man, oh man, what a game between Mexico and Jamaica. It was really good back and forth. First half was actually 0-0. And I thought Mexico did a really good job. I thought they could have converted more chances, but the fact that Jamaica stayed in this game definitely said a lot about them. But this change in the guard in this game came in the second half, right? And we're gonna talk a little bit about that. So right here, guys, this was a critical moment in the game, right? Obviously, it was a beautiful cross, but Michael Antonio, who scored the goal, was offside. Wasn't originally called that, but VAR overruled it. And obviously, there's going to be a lot of the discussion for them. But a missed opportunity, because you guys can think about this. This came at the 50th minute. Like the first 5 minutes of this game, Jamaica was in full control, right? They were pressing real hard, getting into that penalty box, getting a whole bunch of shots. And this one right here seems like, man, this was like going to be the death kill, essentially, for Mexico. Like they were not going to have enough to come back. And what's crazy about this game, too, is that their fans were not usually how they are, right? They usually got electric atmospheres. Fans is super excited. Not saying they weren't, but it felt like they kind of knew, okay, hey, this team isn't the same as we're usually accustomed to. But this was a critical juncture in the game. I don't care what anybody says in the 50-minute. The fact of them being 1-0 and just seeing the displeasure and how their fans were just looking disappointed after they scored the goal, you just knew like this was probably going to be big for Jamaica, and it was going to probably be where they get the 3 points. But this one right here was huge. Another key part in the game that we didn't talk about is the substitutions. Jamaica subbed in 3 players. So yeah, those subs, that's when the game really changed, in my humble opinion, for Jamaica, right? Because he subbed in 3 new guys, and then the control of the game, how they were communicating on the back line, definitely changed. And I get it. Obviously, you want to keep your players fresh. We're gonna bring in new players, so you're good. But I thought probably ride out with them to the 75th, 80th minute because they were doing such a good job. Obviously, Mexico was still getting the shots, but they were making it difficult. The physicality in this game was definitely seen a lot. So I thought them subs definitely hurt them in this one, and just missed opportunity. They had some chances towards the end of the game as well in the 80th, 85th, 90th minute, being close and hitting into the box and get some couple shots on target, but just couldn't come through. So really, I think a lost opportunity for Jamaica overall. And the game, for the most part, they had their chances, they had opportunities, they pressed well. You just got to capitalize, especially when Mexico is not full strength. Now, one thing I can say about Mexico, you got to give them the credit, man. Their resolve in this one definitely said a lot about them. One, their captain went down, Edson Alvarez. Obviously, I think he scored 5 goals in 80 international appearances, but he's their glue guy, man. He commits the team. He gets them going. The emotional leader, all that good stuff, man. So see him go down with a left hamstring was big early on in the game, but they were able to right the ship. And this guy right here got to be the man of the match, Gerardo Ortega. Obviously, he had a beautiful goal. If you guys haven't seen it, go to Twitter, go to CBS Sports Galazo, go to Copa America. The goal was absolutely perfect. Like they went, the guy headed it back to his teammate. It was a beautiful assist, and then he just struck the ball so well. It was nothing the goalkeeper can do. And that goes back to my other point about the subs coming in, just the lack of communication, not it being on par. And like I said, in these games, in these situations in the game, I wouldn't say Jamaica can necessarily control, but definitely had some great opportunities. You can't mess up like that, or Mexico's going to make you pay. And again, this is not their most talented team. They lost a lot of their players over the past few years, their star players. And now they're going to be putting on a lot of youth guys and new people kind of coming in. So it's going to take some time for Mexico. But shout out to them. Shout out to Ortega for hitting, obviously, the goal. And shout out for them for their resolve throughout this one, because it was ugly at times. I'm not going to lie. It was ugly for them. And it's something that I know their fans are probably not used to, man. So shout out to Mexico. They get the 3 points. And they continue to show, regardless, it might not look pretty, but we're going to get it done. All right, y'all. Right here is just a little bit of stats. So really just the first two. Obviously, Mexico had a lot of the possession, 61% to 39. And then the shots, they had 20 to 13. So like I said, first half, they were taking a lot of shots. And then really, man, I'm not going to lie, Mexico really woke up in this game after that goal was taken away from Jamaica. You could tell they started to get more kind of in their mode. They was going more one-on-one. They were pressing real hard, getting into the different spots of the Jamaica defense. And that's kind of when they finally hit that goal and was able to save face and continue on, man. So shout out for them, again, for their resolve, continue to play well and do anything. And last thing, I got to shout out Quiones. He was another key player for them. Obviously, he didn't have any goals in this one, but had a lot of shots on target. Again, getting into those special spots and being able to make some big time plays for them and getting the momentum going as well. So shout out to Quinones for kind of coming up big and clutch and continuing to press on, man. But that's my thoughts. Mexico advances. They're obviously tied up there with Venezuela, 3-3. Obviously, Ecuador and Jamaica are in the third and fourth spot. So only 2 games left, man. So it's going to be big to see who's going to make it to the knockout stage.